Hello, Daisy.
Hi,
How you doing?
I'm good.
Okay. Well, this is our last session. Can you believe it?
I know.
How's this week been for you?
Hmm, it's been alright.
Okay. What have you done?
Nothing much, just working.
Mm-hmm.
That's really it. This past week has been kind of a drag, I guess, because
Okay.
it's just been one thing after another, but not bad.
What made it different from the week before?
Mm, the week before was just I worked less, so I didn't have to like deal with as much stuff, but
Okay. How are the kids doing?
they're doing good. They're doing good. I feel like they're growing up so fast.
Mm-hmm. They started school already, right?
Yeah, they did.
And how did that go?
They're happy. They're excited. Yeah, they come home every day and they're like, "Mom, look at this. Mom, look at that." And I'm just like, "Yes, yes, yes." And it's been a little hard getting Rudy to do his homework though, but because they already got homework. School just started. They already have homework.
Mm-hmm. And they're young.
Yeah. So you can just imagine the homework isn't homework. But yeah, they were happy about it.
Okay. Talking about school, I know one of the sessions that we had before, you were stressed about buying their school supplies.
Yeah. Yeah. I've just never understood why the teachers want like 4 boxes of Kleenex and 4 boxes of crayons and 4 boxes of this and this and this, and I'm just like, I'm gonna get my kid 1 box of each for now, and then if later on they need anything, then I'm gonna try to like put $10 away like every week just to make sure that I have something in case they need more school supplies or more uniforms, or cause those kids are gonna go through those uniforms like
Right.
yeah.
You're gonna grow real fast.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's amazing. You're already thinking ahead. You're planning ahead for your kids. You're setting aside money because you're prioritizing them. They're first. Okay. Let's tell me a little bit about work. How's work going?
It's good. I still work as a waitress and the bartender.
Okay.
But I don't work as many late shifts anymore at the restaurant. So that's good because I get to like leave early and stuff like that and go home.
And when you go home, what happens at home?
Nothing. We just have dinner and watch some TV kind of stuff. I like watching this show. It's a cartoon, and it has a shark.
Okay.
It's not that annoying baby shark thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh no. It has a shark and a crab and a starfish and
I think I know which one you're talking about.
a little yellow thing.
Yeah, SpongeBob.
That one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that one. They really like it, and I'm just like, I don't get it. But after that, we'll just get ready for bed and stuff like that, and just I try to have like family time with them before bed. So,
All right, Daisy, can you describe for me what a good day would be?
that would be a good day.
It sounded like it.
Yeah, just going home and spending time with my kids. I try to help them with their homework. Because if they want to watch that sponge thing, and if they want to like go outside and play and stuff like that, I don't want them to end up like me, where they don't, they didn't graduate or anything like that. So, I want to make sure that they get into the habit of doing their homework as soon as they get home. Before they, do everything else. That way they learn responsibility, So I'll do that. I'll help them with their homework, and then we'll have dinner. They'll have their baths. We'll watch 1 or 2 episodes. If they're being really good, then they'll watch 3.
Okay.
And then we
Little
snuggle
reward.
up. before bed. Yeah, a reward.
Okay. Well, Lisa, can you describe for me a bad day?
A bad day now is definitely different than the way it was before.
Okay.
Before it was just, and honestly, I didn't even want to go home. You know, I wanted to avoid my children instead of spending time with them. But now, you know, it's just work stuff. You know, if I had, you know, how you can be as a waitress, if I have someone who's not very nice or stuff like that. Besides that, I think that's really it.
Okay. Now I know in earlier sessions we had discussed ways to work through that, ways to cope with bad days. Can you give me a little bit of, or give me some examples of how you can cope with bad days?
Breathing, listening to music, that kind of stuff.
Okay. So also the last time that we had talked, we mentioned some GED classes. How are those going?
Good. I start in a month.
Okay.
So I'm excited, but also scared. I mean, it's been a long time since I've been in school. But I want to kind of like set an example for my kids, you know what I mean? If they see mom going to school, then, I mean, even though right now they enjoy it, later on in life, they're going to be like, no, mom, I don't want to go to school. So,
But for right now, you're kind of that role model.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
All right. What about the food stamps and the Medicaid?
The food stamps, it's still in process. Like, I filled out like all the documentation and stuff. Now I'm just waiting for a response. They said that more than likely I will get them because, you know, 3 kids and myself and not a lot of money.
Right.
So I'm just waiting for that. But they got Medicaid, so they had their checkups. Luckily, it was done before school started, so they were able to get like their checkups and stuff like that. Because if not, that could have caused some problems. The little one got glasses.
Good, so she can see.
Yeah. I thought she was gonna be like those kids that's like, no, I don't want glasses, but no, she's like her mother.
Going back to that whole role model you're setting the tone for them.
Yeah, she got some cute little pink ones, and they don't have a big selection, but you know, she got some that she thought were cute. So.
Good. So I know the last time we were talking about food, you had mentioned that you found a church that was able to provide some food for you. Okay, can you tell me a little bit more about that? Are you continuing to go?
Like I had been looking around like for different food pantries and stuff like that, the list that you gave me, and I found different ones and stuff like that, but I have to kind of be zoned to the food pantry that I go to. So I went to that food pantry. I picked up some food, which was really good. You know, it's not like it's a lot, but it's something that like tide us over until next payday. But while I was there, you know, I heard people talking about like different churches and stuff like that. So I ended up like just wandering the city and like checking out different places, you know, just to go and see what it's about, kind of thing.
Okay. Tell me more. Did you find one that suited you? Did you find one that you liked?
Yeah, I did actually. I found one that they were just really nice. Not that the other ones weren't nice. It's just, I don't know, that one just, I walked in and I guess I can say kind of felt like home, kind of.
You felt like a little warmth.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called St. Luke's.
Okay. Yes.
Yes, and the people there are just like really, really nice, and you know, they said that even though I'm not like zoned to them for the food pantry, that like if I ever need help, they'll help me out with that.
That's great.
Yeah.
They do sound welcoming.
Yeah, which is kind of cool because you remember the parenting classes you got me with?
Right.
It like it's kind of near there.
Okay.
So I can easily just go like after the class, you know, and just see different people and stuff. So it's nice.
And they should have some services for the kids too, right?
The church, yeah, they actually have something coming up where the children can come in, and they're gonna have like little what are they called, the things that for painting,
okay,
easels,
yeah,
and they're
that's
just gonna
fun.
let them, yeah, it sounds like fun, and that's helpful towards me too, you know, because they're not cooped up in the house. It's not just school and home,
right.
So
and it's safe fun.
yeah. So it'll help me stress wise too, because I get to chit chat with the other parents that are there.
Right, and I'm actually very familiar with them. I'm not sure if you knew about this, but they do have a support group for single mothers.
Oh wow! No, I didn't know about that. They don't. I just kind of started going there, so
Okay.
it's not like they know a lot about my deep dark secrets kind of thing. But yeah, I'll definitely go ask about that next time.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and get you some information on that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
If you'd like to go ahead and start, to go and to kind of get a new support group, I understand that it would be kind of nerve-wracking. You'd be a little nervous to go and have to tell someone again everything that you've been through, but I do believe that you can do it. I mean, look how far we've come, Daisy. You've been able to accomplish all of this. You're in your GED classes that you're starting next month. You've already applied for food stamps. You've applied for Medicaid and got it for your children. So I do know that you have it in you to continue that. And the cool thing about that is that not only is it a new support group for you and opportunities for you, but your kids are gaining a new support group too. And they have something that they can lean on.
Yeah.
Remember we were talking about you being a role model?
Yeah.
That's who they're still looking up to. And so would you say that this church, can you see them becoming something that you can lean on?
I mean, if it keeps going the way it's going now, then yeah, I don't see why not. They, like I said, they seem like really nice people, and I didn't feel like that judgment or anything like that. And I'm definitely gonna check out those single parent support group thing. See, just maybe I can make some friends.
Absolutely. So Daisy, I want to acknowledge something that you had mentioned in our first session, and that was when you told me that you feel like you're an okay mother, but there's something more that you can do. Where do you view yourself now as a mother? Now that you've experienced the parenting classes, you found this new resource, you've worked to get these things for your kids, like their glasses, their school supplies. You've done so much. Where do you view yourself as a mother now?
I don't think I'm the best mother yet, but I mean, I feel like I'm getting there because I'm trying.
Okay.
And I'm not going to stop trying, I'm better than I was before.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about that? Can you explain to me in what ways you've changed that make you better than you were before?
Those classes, the parenting classes, they, I feel like they were very helpful because, like, they taught me that it's okay to be mad. It's okay to feel frustrated. It's okay to, like, have those feelings. They taught us self-awareness.
Good.
And because they put it like this, like, I'm used to keeping everything in. Every time I was mad, frustrated from work, irritated because of a dumb customer, stuff like that, and I didn't really have anybody to talk to, so I would just kind of like keep it in and hold it in, and it would just stay there and bubble and bubble and bubble, and then
It just kind of explodes.
Yeah, and I think that's what happened with Rudy when he stole that candy. I didn't realize that I was feeling all those feelings, but
you acknowledge it.
Yeah, and I mean, they help us, like, they helped me just realize that there's, first off, I'm not the only one, you know what I mean? Like, all those parents are there for a reason, because they want to become better parents. They want to just do better in their everyday lives. And you know, they taught us like some breathing techniques for like if we get mad, counting to 10 kind of thing backwards.
Okay.
You know, just they say that just that whole self-awareness thing is like really, really important because it makes us realize that we're human, you know, and that's good because I mean, yeah, we're a parent or whatever, but we're human too, so we're gonna make mistakes. So
Okay.
yeah, and it's really cool because I do have a couple of friends that we met there at that place, and we like trade recipes for like different things,
Mhm.
and it just it's nice. It's nice, but I think overall it just helps me with everything.
And how are we doing since the breakup?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Rudy will sometimes ask for him, but you know, I explained it to him in a way that he understands. You know, I know what it's like to be abandoned. So when you know, I didn't want to tell him no, he's never coming back. You know, kind of thing.
Not to
And-
disappoint him or anything.
right, or to make him feel that it was like his fault, or
Right.
you know. So yeah, like we're okay. Like he'll still come over and like see the kids, just
Okay.
to like see the kids, visit with them, stuff like that. But I think they're starting to see him more as like an uncle kind of thing.
Okay.
So that's pretty good. And yeah, we're good.
I know in our earlier sessions you did mention that you were afraid of his anger. You know, has that
Mhm.
changed? Have you seen a change? In
Yeah,
him?
actually, when we broke up, I told him, you know, that not we, because the kids,
Mhm.
but that I, you know, had this fear, and it kind of like, you know, when he started taking some classes. So,
Okay, good.
yeah, he started taking some classes. I mean, who knows what the future will hold for us, right? But like right now, we're good. We're both trying to become better people.
What kind of classes is he taking?
Anger management
Anger-
classes.
Good. Okay. All right. Let's do a quick role play. I asked you earlier in this session to describe a bad day. Now I want you to think of a bad day, and Rudy has just stolen another piece of candy. You know, you've already talked to him about it. You explained why it was wrong, but he did it again. You come home and you find out. What is your response to that? If I'm Rudy,
Not to spank him.
okay.
Not to be mad. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'll probably be mad, but instead of coming at him by like yelling at him or wanting to spank him, you know, I think I'm just gonna, you know, pull him aside and talk to him and tell him, you know, that what he's doing is wrong, and explain to
Okay.
him why it's wrong. Because I mean, that's another thing that they teach us in parenting class. Don't just, you know, say that it's wrong, because then your kid can be like, oh, now I'm a bad kid, you know. But explain to them as to why it's wrong,
Okay.
so that they understand,
I like
you know,
that.
like,
Mhm.
oh, okay, like this is, oh, okay, like the reason behind it. So, yeah, and don't get me wrong. I mean, he can be a bit mischievous. So there's a few
Mhm.
times that I have to talk to him. But I mean, he's the youngest boy, so. But yeah.
And so you said that you would be mad. Would you be mad, or would you feel disappointed? What would you
Oh
feel?
well, yeah, but at the same time, he's still a little kid,
Okay.
you know. So I can. It won't be until he's a little older, maybe, you know, even 8 years old, like his older brother. But yeah, like of course inside I'm gonna be disappointed, because I'm gonna be
Right.
like, why am I still not doing it right?
Okay.
But in front of him, I'm not gonna show him that disappointment, because he's just a kid.
Right.
But I think that I want to, what did that lady call it? Show transparency
Okay.
with my children.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want them to be able to be open with me too. Like I want them to be able to come home and say, "Mom, I had a bad day," and you know, it'll all be okay. So
And the good part to that is that you're continuing to set an example, right? We talked about being that role model, and you're continuing to be that role model. Instead of exploding and letting everything bubble up, you're stopping and you're talking to him. And so he's going to take that, and when he gets upset at school, he's going to be able to talk that out to someone, right? Instead of just blowing up. Okay. So Daisy, from our initial interview, we had several things that we were going to address. We had money. We had your time with kids. So the money one, you said that you've been able to work with your boss about different hours. You're spending time with kids because of those different hours. You've been able to spend time with your kids, and you've been able to spend time with them at church. You've been able to take them to different activities. You have a daycare, and now you found out that there's a support group. And we talked about health. You have your food stamps that are still being processed, and your Medicaid that you've already received.
Right.
Right, and then we talked about just your different parenting skills, which you've learned a lot about, Daisy. You've impressed me immensely.
Thanks.
Do you have any questions for me? Any concerns before we move forward?
No. I mean, thank you. Thank you for everything that you've done, and for not being judgmental, but being understanding and allowing me to just like be honest and open, you know. But I really hope I see you never.
I'm right there with you. And so to ensure that, let's just lay down a couple of things before we end our session. As far as your GED, you start next month. After that, what are we going to plan on?
Getting a better job, probably.
Okay.
Or talking to my boss, maybe like a raise or more hours, or you know, something. Like I want to make a change, because I mean, I've been there for a while, but
absolutely, you're putting in the work. We get what we deserve. Okay. What about with kids? What do we plan on that? You know, we already said that we were putting money away. Okay, so we have that plan already set up, that in case that they need something, you'll have that money set aside. For a bad day, how are we coping?
Taking walks, listening to music, you know, breathing exercises, stuff like that.
Okay. And then lastly, just getting a little bit more comfortable with your church community and that group that I'll give you the information for, okay?
Yes.
All right, Daisy, do you have any more questions?
No.
That's it. This is it.
Thanks.
Thank you, Daisy.
Bye.
Bye.